What's up, guys? This is George from Team SDKs coming at you with a Monarch deck profile. Just took this to regional. I went 5-2-1 and placed 24th. And this was more of a testing phase for YCS Atlanta. But going into this regional, I knew that this deck would perform very well, due to its Pepe matchup and every other matchup. So let's just get right into it. So for the monsters, I'm playing triple Erebus. Best one in or beside. I'm subpar about this. I feel like it's the best one because it keeps control. It doesn't target when it's on field, and it can recycle itself from grave. So it's very good in the aspect of the you'll never run out of monarchs to start tributing for, and you'll never have to worry about your opponent starting out with more cards than you and drawing the out because you're just gonna shuffle something from their hand, or if you're playing something like Cosmo, you're just gonna ruin their day by shuffling their big ships. And then for the MVP of the whole Charlotte regional, triple Aether. This put in so much work today, or not today, but at the Charlotte regional, due to the fact that it was just I always had Storm Force set with a face up Dominion, and I'd just summon. And if I didn't have a monster to tribute for, or if I didn't have Erebus first turn, I'll just reveal or summon Aether and special another Aether and just add all my Monarch spells and traps back just so I can keep the consistency up and just ruin my opponent's day by just having a set Storm forth and just ruining my opponent's plays because when they always set up to because I had a lot of opponents know that they could tribute summon for monkey board, so I was just like as soon as they tribute for the monkey board, I revealed Aether and just summoned Kuraz and like destroyed their only tribute summon, so they couldn't special summon from the extra deck. So I just ruined their day by completely blowing them out and not letting them do anything that was threatening to me. I also played Triple Idea, your tribute fodder in the deck, your Treeborn Frog, the best, almost one of the best cards in the deck. This is not so much of a problem if they Valor it. I mean, it does stop your plays and hinders a lot of ideas, but as long as you have idea and or an Aether in your hand, and you have something like Stormforth, or you've already set up the trap, then you should be fine generally because you have a play to make on their turn. So it still gives you the opportunity to stop them from tribute or special summoning from the extra deck. We played triple Eidos. A lot of people were cutting this down to 2, but I feel like it's better at 3 due to the fact that you want to see idea as fast as possible. But people have problems with this opening up multiples of it, and I play a card to I play one card in the deck that just stops that whole idea of I'm opening up too many of this and I'm not seeing the most consistent plays that I could see. And then we also play triple maxi for the mirror because it's always usually a 1-for-1, or it just stops your opponent's plays from going through, or it just ruins your opponent's plays. Then we play the one Mega Caius. There have been so many times where I just recycle this from grave to banish all copies of Joker, all copies of Vector Pendulum. I think in one game I had all 3 copies of his Joker in the banish pile. I had all 3 copies or all 2 copies of his Vector in the banish pile. So he was literally not playing the game all day. It was just me controlling him. I played one Zaborg, really good card. I just once I set up the field spell, I wanted to make sure that they literally had no plays if they had an out to the field spell later. So I just Zaborged them and made sure that they didn't have an extra deck to play with. So it was just pretty much that. And then Kuraz for disruption plays because you don't want your opponent playing Yu-Gi-Oh in this game. Then we played triple pantheism, the D-draw and crack. It was just ridiculous. There's so many times where you open this and the Prime Monarch, the trap card, where it's like literally that's opening up Jesus. Then we play your triple vanity's emptiness, which was putting in a lot of work today. I think I only had 2 opponents all day who had an out to the field spell, and that was it. And even then, they still weren't playing the game. Then we play triple tenacity, your Rotor for your spells and traps, get you whatever you need. Pretty much self-explanatory. Then we play Triple Storm fourth because triggering off your opponent's crap and not letting them play the game is also fun. Then we play Triple Upstart because consistency is a very big problem in this deck when it comes to seeing the cards that you want to do. So Allure Darkness is a very good target due to the fact that you run triple Erebus, triple Eidos, and one Mega Kaius. So if you end up in the problem where you have Eidos stuck in your hand and you have no way of discarding it besides summoning it to get another tribute, and you don't want to do that, Allure Darkness helps that because it's just like I can use it and draw two and then banish the Eidos. And or if you have an Erebus engraved and a Megakaius engraved, you can just, activate Erebus's effect to get back Megakaius and then Allure of Darkness to Megakaius because you're not going to use it or something. Because you need to draw into more combo pieces or something to hinder your opponent. Then we play one Reinforcement Army because you want to see ID as fast as possible. Then we play one Foolish Burial for Erebus or to get you any Monarch as quick as possible. One March of the Monarchs. I'm really subpar about March of the Monarchs. I don't think I'm going to play it in the main deck anymore. I feel like I need to play something as of like 1-for-1 or something to advance my game state because a lot of the times I was sending this to the grave and I think I only resolved March of the Monarchs once and I was in the mirror, but even then it didn't do really much of anything. So I want to cut this for like a 1-for-1 or something else that could advance my game state because this isn't doing anything. This is just another name to send with Aether or Erebus, so I'm probably just going to cut it and side it. And then we play Triple Prime because it's really good in the grave and using it for tribute fodder. A lot of people are cutting this down to 2 because they don't like seeing it. But then at the same time, the deck has a really bad problem with consistency and having a way to tribute for because when they Valor the idea, you're kind of stuck. But running triple of this gives you the opportunity to pantheism, then sending this to the grave, and then adding something, and it gives you a lot of options with what you want to do with your grave, what spell cards you want to banish, so you can add back with idea. It just opens up a lot of more ideas to what you can do with the grave, and that's it for the main deck. For the side deck, I'm playing double Majesty's Fiend because, locking my opponent out. I know that for one is I'm definitely going to be bumping at least. I'm going to be playing this, but I want to play at least 1 to 2 Vanity's Fiend. I just like Majesty's Fiend better than Vanity's Fiend because I want to be able to special my trap. I want to be able to special my idea from grave. I want to be able to do a lot of things. So I don't want to be hindered by one thing versus if my opponent has the out to Vanity's Fiend, and it's just like, well, you have the out. But it's very hard to get over March of the Monarchs domain and Vanity's Fiend, which I've seen a lot of Monarch players doing because the Charlotte Regional was all top 32 was literally all Pepe or Pepe variants and Monarchs. I didn't see a single Cosmo player up there when I was filling out my papers. I didn't see a single mermail player. It was really just Monarch and Pepe just going at it the whole day, which was very good, which was what I expected. And then we play. I played triple effect Veiler for that day. I'm definitely cutting effect Veiler down to 2 because you already run Majesty's Fiend, which is pretty much an effect Veiler just on legs and on crack. So there's no need of having triple this and double Majesty's Fiend. So I feel like it's only right to have double effect Veiler versus triple. So then we played double Draw and Lock. This didn't really come up that much, except one game against Pepe where I had Draw and Lock and Maxi in hand, and I sat there for like maybe 5 minutes debating on what the hell I was gonna do, and I Draw and Locked him, and he couldn't do anything, and I just killed him that turn. And then we played double Artifact Lancia to because this is really good. I didn't test for the Infernoid matchup at all, and didn't see this, but I did play one Infernoid, so it was like relevant, but I still didn't see Artifact Lancia. But I feel like this is very good in the mirror, stopping them from getting whatever they need with Pantheism, stopping the trap, stopping Eidos. It stops a lot of plays that they can be able to do. And then we side Double Ghost Trick Jack Frost. This was I will honestly say this was the MVP of the day because against Cosmos he was attempting to OTK me because he Stormforth to summon a Slip Rider. Um, he Stormforth to summon a Slip Rider and then pop my March, and then he e-tellied for Farm Girl, so he went 23-15, and then searched, and then went for a Dank Destroyer, and he summoned Dart Destroyer, and he was swinging for game, and I revealed Ghost Trick Jack Frost to him, and he literally lost because I flipped it face down, and then I had double Storm Forth in hand, or double Storm Forth set, and I distributed off his monsters next turn and summoned Erebus and just or Aether and just killed him that turn because I OTK'd him. Excuse me. And then we play Triple Twin Twister. I don't feel this is very needed at triple because there's not really any spell and trap hate that you're really worried about versus except Massacre Strict. That's the only thing that you're really worried about is Massacre Strict, and even then, it's like that's the only thing that you have to worry about versus Notice, which most people aren't playing the Ariadne build. So even then, it's like this is kind of like subpar. So I might cut it down to 2. But I liked it. It was good at 3. And then I played the one Solemn Warning because I can't go without playing a Solemn card at all during a tournament. It doesn't feel right. I'm thinking about playing Scolding because you don't play any relevant back row. And Scolding can just literally blow out your opponent if they have like Twin Twister and you're just like Scolding and you pay 3,000 and it's like they discard for cost and they don't have an out to the field spell. So it's just like I might just cut Warning and then play cut a Warning and cut a Twin Twister and just play double Scolding. But things I'll cut in the side deck is probably like Warning with a 1 Twin Twister. I would definitely cut Joel Locks because they didn't really do anything relative. And then Effect Veiler. So the reason why I actually played Ghost Trick Jack Frost today or at the regional, is because I didn't want to lose to Fog King because we were gonna play. I didn't have my Book of Eclipses in by that time, so this Draw and Lock would be double Book of Eclipse. These will be either a Scolding or 2 Scoldings, and then one Effect Veiler would probably be a Vanity's Fiend. And then I would find room for Book of Eclipse because that's a really good out to Fog King and or Light and Darkness Dragon, because if everybody remembers, because I was at the tourney watching my friend Dean play it, and we were playing the exact same build, but like maybe 2 or 3 cards, and he was what had happened is the guy it was a Monarch mirror match. He summons Light and Darkness Dragon, and my friend Dean he activates Tenacity, and then Light and Darkness Dragon, as it has to be a mandatory negate, and it only can negate once per chain. He chained his Book of Eclipse to flip all his monsters face down and just storm forth like 2 to 3 cards or 2 cards and just literally just broke. He had 5 monsters on field, broke his opponent's board, shoveled back pretty much everything. His opponent wasn't able to play the game, and he won. He won that match because his opponent literally just couldn't deal with that because he had double Book of Eclipse. So any monster that he was summoning was automatically just getting put face down. So Book of Eclipse is very good out to Fog King along with Ghost Trick Jack Frost. And it's an out to big ships if you can't really deal with the big ships by yourself, which you should be able to with Erebus. But other than that, that's what I played for Charlotte, and I went 5-2-1. So leave a comment down in the section below. Like, comment, rate, and subscribe. And it's George Sosa from Team SDK signing out.